And welcome back, guys. Luke Worsvy here. And today we are here playing MLB The Show 24 franchise mode as the Boston Red Sox. Now, I just want to start off with saying thanks for clicking on the video. We're going to have some fun here. You might be thinking, why should I continue to watch this video? Well, we're here to have fun, and if there was a trophy for good vibes, I'd definitely be a contender. And I think the Red Sox would too, which is why we're here today. We are going to try and turn this team around. We're in a very, very stacked division. Very young teams in the Orioles and Rays. Yankees are off and on. I mean, the Blue Jays even got pieces that are just disgusting. So I want to start off, I'm not a Red Sox fan. Okay, I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan. I've gone through enough pain. I really don't know too much about this Red Sox roster. As a whole, I don't know much about their farm system. Over time, I'm going to pick up on things. And I would love any help. So let's just start with that. I am down for any advice, tips, input on any roster changes I make, stuff like that. I also haven't played MLB The Show religiously since 17 when Griffey was on the cover. Really got into a franchise mode there. I've always been a huge fan of franchise mode. Had a Reds franchise that went to like 2040, and was having a good time with that. So I'm a big man of storylines. I love prospecting. I have not tried the scouting system. I don't know when this was implemented, but I have not tried it. So we're gonna go through this again. Any tips or tricks would be well appreciated. But let's take a look. I want to start off with MLB The Show did not have the Red Sox top 2 prospects. They had number 3, which was Kyle Teal here. 22 years old, 64 overall, A potential. He is going to be someone I'm really excited for. Also a pretty good defensive catcher here. I think he's going to be very good for us. He's got the outfield stats here. I don't think we're going to use that because we really need catching help. But, first base, Casas. Love. I hope to build this franchise around him. As a franchise person in general, I've played a lot of out of the park baseball. If you guys are familiar, I'm really just full teardown type of guy. I'm gonna try and not do that here. I'm really gonna try and be as realistic as possible, but I'm not a realistic rebuilder either. So I'm gonna try and keep trades reasonable. And if they're really big deals, maybe I won't pull the trigger right away. Maybe we can talk through it, figure out what to do. But yeah, that's great. Second base, we need some help. Grissom, York, they're not too bad. I know York's one of their top prospects as well. But these guys both got to start. I might keep Vaughn up, and he was with Atlanta last year at 280, 75 at bats. I think he'll be just fine. He has good hitting stats. We'll work with that. Devers, of course, is a mad lad with a mad contract. I plan on keeping him. It's nasty. Most cases I'd give this one away, but this guy's too special of a ball player. But back to the 2 prospects that we were talking about. First one was Marcelo Mayer. Again, I went through and custom edited these guys from in roster. I think Mayer might be on the side of a little too good right now. But it's something I'm willing to lower. Again, I don't know much about Mayer as a prospect. I know he was the 4th overall pick, and again, probably the top player in that draft if I remember correctly. But I don't really know much. I just looked at the scouting, got my best bet, and put them together. If he shouldn't be a 67, I'm also more than fine with that too. If there's some stats that should be a little bit better, couldn't really find his splits anywhere, so feel free and to let me know. Same thing. We're going to jump over to center field here and talk about Ramon Anthony, big power bat. Again, know nothing about him. He's got average. You can see how I've jumped around and fixed some things, but I could lower his overall, I think, as well. I think I probably should at 19 years old. Go and probably just lower his power a little bit more. So I'll probably end up doing that, but I just wanted to add these guys because, some teams might be the same way, but again, I'm all about rebuilding these young guys, taking them through their journey and doing it. So we'll hit left field again. We got Yoshida, who is just he's beautiful hitter. So I like him. I don't mind his 4-year contract. I'll probably drop it. 2025, if we're still not doing great, we can find someone who wants a good bat. I'm sure someone will pick him up. Trevor Story as well. Holy hell. We talk about freaking ugly-ass contracts. This is definitely one of them. So, when he was a free agent, he was probably top 3 on my shortstops, if not higher. Actually, probably one of my favorite players in recent memory for me. But yeah, now it's just, since it's been with the Red Sox, it's not been fun. So, he will probably get moved. Again, it's probably not realistic to find a spot for him, but we'll see how he sims. I'd be more than fine. I just know we're not going to win anything anytime soon. Jalen Duran, don't know much about him as a player, to be honest. He had put up some really, really solid numbers last year. 27 years old, kind of just like whatever, right? Not a long-term piece. He might be on our first playoff roster, but I can't imagine anything else. And then, of course, you got Tyler O'Neill, big Tyler O'Neill fan. But again, he just doesn't. He hasn't been 2021 Tyler O'Neill. I shouldn't like Tyler O'Neill either, being a Cardinal, but I do. Rafaela. I know very little about this man, but I know he's been pretty legit for them too. So I would like to incorporate him somehow as well. Liam Hendricks and Kinsley Jansen. I don't even know. Jansen's definitely going to be traded at the trade deadline. There's no reason we have a top closer. And then Liam Hendricks, since he has a 2-year deal, I'll probably do the same thing, trade him next year to a contender, as long as he doesn't fall off. Oh my God, I haven't taken a look at the bullpen yet, and man, oh man, this is brutal. Maybe we won't trade Jansen. Yeah, so look a little rough. Don't know much about their bullpen either. Don't know some of these guys. Nick Pavetta's here. Garrett Whitlock. Pretty big fan of Garrett Whitlock. Oh, I didn't know he had that good of a season in 2021. Wow. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Again, 27. It's just same with Tanner here. It's just Lucas Giolito. That's another freaking awful contract. 2 years, not too bad. But we'll fight through it. He'll be serviceable. Brian Bello. If you want to talk about a guy. Oh, I'm excited for Brian Bello. So definitely going to incorporate him. Have him hopefully on the World Series team when we get there. Right now, I'm okay with this rotation. It's nothing fancy. I don't think they have a good Gonzalez here is a decent prospect, and that is about it. Some C guys here that I can look into a little bit deeper down the line, but we'll keep an eye on some of these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make some changes. We're gonna get these lineups up and running, and we'll get the season on the way. Look at scouting. I want to have some fun. I want to bring the good vibes together, and I want to bring a World Series back to Fenway. So, okay, so let's go over these lineups. Looking at it, like this, I'm not as, worried like I thought I'd be. Jared Duran is looking just fine as the leadoff hitter. Good speed, good clutch, good contact. The vision could be a bit better, but I think he's going to be a serviceable leadoff hitter to start. And they're the same lineups. The only thing I changed is Grissom and Casas, 4 and 5 on each side. So, because Tristan just does not have good contact against lefties. So, since he's still got that pop, I like him in the middle of the lineup. Still a little bit of a threat, but Yoshida, he's just going to hopefully get on base for us. Trevor Story's got the pop. Even though his power versus right, I cannot imagine him not hitting at least 20 home runs for us this year. So, same with Tyler O'Neill. Maybe he'll sim to only 15, but we're going to give him closer to 400 at-bats like he did in 2021. So, hopefully that'll work just fine. We got Reese McGuire. Again, this is only going to happen this year. There's no way Kyler Teal doesn't come up next year. If not, sometime September, maybe earlier. I really want him in the lineup. I want him to progress here. He can play everywhere, so I'm sure, when breaks are needed, he'll spread out. Brought CJ Cron up. love CJ. I wanted to put him in the lineup, but that had to take Rafael up off of the lineup, and I wasn't for that. Yeah, we'll just have him as a bench piece. I'm sure someone will want him. Maybe. Connor Wong's off the bench. I went back and forth on him and McGuire. I don't think it really matters. Bobby Dalbec, he's going to be kind of our infielder, platoon guy running around. Then we got Valdez as well, another young guy who can play freaking everywhere. So just someone who's a solid hitter. So again, going to be a solid bench piece to have. And then when it comes down to the pitching rotation, Brian Bello was already announced the opening day starter. So I stuck with it, and I like it. I'm okay with it. Whitlock 2, Giolito 3, Pivetta 4, Tanner Hook 5. I had to release some guys. The Rule 5 draft pick, I forgot his name, but I dropped him off and then sent someone else through waivers that was on the roster. So I don't mind it. The bullpen still doesn't look as bad. I mean, we got Hendricks, Martin, and Jensen closing out games for us. Hopefully, Luget or Bernardino can hit the middle, and then Crawford can hopefully hold some ground if need be. And actually, I'm interested in taking a look at free agency here. Johnny Cueto. Might mess around, grab Johnny Cueto to help with that bullpen, that long relief. I don't know if it would be... I'm doing it. Johnny Cueto's Red Sox. Okay, so now that we kind of got the lineup set up, the rotation set up, we are looking pretty good. I don't expect... I don't expect much. I think I would be happy with like a 75, 80 win season. But a part of me is like, I would be down for 60, get an early draft pick. I know for sure we are getting a starting pitcher with the first couple picks. We have a solid catcher. We have solid middle infielders. We have right now, not the best outfield, but we got Anthony that's going to be coming up pretty soon. We got Rafaela, who's going to be serviceable, hopefully a little bit better than serviceable come these next couple years. And we can always get free agent outfielders to fill in some holes while we wait. Mayer's going to be just fine. We got Devers that's going to be probably here for a long time. Grissom, who's going to be solid. Casas, who's going to be hopefully the guy, the Boston Red Sox. Kyler Teal come next year, maybe even this year. I mean, this is almost better than what we got now. So there's honestly no reason for him not to come up. I'm going to keep him in Double-A for now. I'm going to try and micromanage a lot of these things off camera. Kind of just go over some of the big things. But I think we're going to be pretty solid. Trade block, I'm going to keep an eye on that. And honestly, for us right now, I know Jansen's going to be on here. Chris Martin. Hendricks might even be talked about. I would listen to offers for Yoshida. I don't necessarily want him to be gone, but I would listen to it. Pivetta, definitely. And CJ Cron, if people are wanting to think about it. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll try and do that. Trade talks we'll get to later. I'm excited for Johnny Cueto. I don't plan on playing many games. I've been going back and forth on it. I'm just not very good at it, and nor do I think that's the content I want to provide. There's probably going to be instances, come World Series time, come some playoff games, some crucial moments, I might jump in. I might even jump in because I know I have it set to some key moments. So that might be the way I do it. Again, tell me what you guys want. I'd be willing to do it. I just don't know if I'd entertain you. At pitching, I'm pretty okay at. Pitching, I like pitching in this game. Let's sim. I don't want to sim to draft day. This here. Oh, well, we lost opening day. Just take a look at opening day here. Grissom, 500. Casas had a walk, strikeout. Devers with 3 strikeouts is pretty rough on the day. Honestly, didn't do too bad hitting wise. 6 hits, 2 runs. Nothing to complain about. We just ended up giving 4 runs. 5 earned runs for Bello. And then an earned run for Cueto. I mean, Cueto closed it out. Pretty good, 3 hits and 3 innings pitched. I think that's pretty solid for Cueto, at least. Cueto's debut as a Red Sox. I was actually thinking about playing that game. We got the Mariners city jerseys out for this. They're just gorgeous. Please let me know. What is your guys' favorite city jersey? I'm telling you this right now in a non-bias. I love the Cincinnati Reds. They're by far my favorite. But if I can't do it, I'm picking the Washington Nationals for sure. So, game number 2. Tyler O'Neill with the home run, 3 RBIs. Looks like Rafaela with a RBI double. Tristan Casas, another rough game. And Duran, off to a pretty good start on the season. Tristan, I'm rooting for him so hard. Even against a righty, he's just not able to, put the bat on the ball. But another walk. So, I mean, that's something. Here we go. We're going to do it. We are down by 2. There's 2 outs and the bases are loaded. Let's do it. Here we go. We are in Seattle. Ooh. Woo! Didn't take it. That wasn't my pitch. We got slider, sinker, 4-seamer hitting the 101. God, I am notoriously late. Yep, notoriously late. What did he throw it? That was 101 miles an hour? That's nothing. That was a piece of cake. There we go. Sit him. Okay, I messed that up. I messed up base running. Again, first in-game experience on the year since 2017. But I did it! Tyler O'Neill, baby. Let's go. Another one. Let's go. Send him home. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. He sent him home. I'm sending him home. I need to get base running better. The Red Sox take it. Win the series. I'm excited to see what happened here. Also, I noticed that the frame was off here, so I apologize about that. But Tyler O'Neill, clutch at bat. Extra inning win. Tristan Casas finally got a hit in 5 at-bats. But Tyler O'Neill's the man. That was Tyler O'Neill's game. So we haven't won the series. We got Nick Pivetta taking the mound here. See what happens. 3 in a row. It's over. Everyone just needs to... This is Boston's season. Yeah, I'm jumping the gun a little bit there, but during another hit, Yoshida ended up batting third. I guess we had a replacement here. Looks like Dalbec played. That's more than fine. Looks like he did well. We do have the quick manages. Player locks. I might do some of those on the pitchers. Probably Brian Bello. Play with him a little bit every once in a while. Quick manage, probably a lot of playoff games will be at least quick manage. And, wow, manage full game. That could be fun too. So I would definitely be down some of the more important games. Scouting assignments is here. Just won 2 in a row against the Angels. It looks like Johnny Cueto got the win there. And then Nick Pivetta got the win there. Did Brian Bello? Brian Bello got the win as well. So before we get to scouting, let's just take a look at how our rotation's doing so far. Bello's 12 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 4.50 ERA, 1 WHIP. Whitlock 5.19, Giolito 11.57. Yeah, he's not gonna sim well, I have a feeling. Would love some better pitching. Yeah, that's just priority number 1 here. And then in terms of our lineup, Duran's very serviceable so far. Hasn't freaking walked though. Are you serious? Wow. Okay. 324 for Yoshida. I think if we're not doing anything within the next couple years, he's gonna be a great piece. 303 for Devers. Awesome. Casas been a big sack of bummy bum so far, but that's fine. Von Grissom, he's not doing too hot either. Dalvik, 11 at bats. He's at 455. Yeah, I might have to change this lineup a little bit. Grissom's just not quite doing it. Raphael is, though. 387. That's what I'm talking about. And a 412 on base. I might just have to move some of these guys up a little bit more. We'll get Raphael up in the lineup a little bit more. I do want Tyler O'Neill. I mean, freaking Trevor Story is... We're going to hug Grissom lower to the lineup here. This is what I'm going to run with for now. Let's get into scouting here. So we definitely need starting pitching. I think relief as well. Catcher, we have a decent prospect now. First, we're set. Second, we're semi-set. Let's see here. So we have Mariano, who's a position player guy, pretty efficient. We have Justin Ott, who's a pitcher, and then another position player. High discovery for Vincent, so we might have him doing some discoveries here. Amount of player interest. Okay. You can give them one of the assignments below. Quickest way to gather information on a single prospect. This is also the best way to increase a prospect's interest. Got it. As you scout multiple prospects at a specific position. Sorry. Scout search specific region. Got it. Makes sense. And then position. Got it. So we're going to start with... Ooh, it's per individual position and region. Okay. Let's view some prospects here. Okay. Potential. I'm sure these are probably not accurate. I wish it said what location they were in. That's brutal, it doesn't say that. Prospect player card contains additional information that's helpful for scouting, drafting, and signing draft picks. Okay. Boning, yeah, all this stuff that comes up. We have Washington, Oklahoma, Maine, New York, Puerto Rico. Another Oklahoma starting pitcher. So let's do... Give me starting pitchers out west. I don't know if Oklahoma's technically central, so we'll make that number 1. Let's see what our left fielders are looking at. Alabama, Georgia, Canada, Kansas, California, Ohio. Ooh. Japanese outfielder in the draft. So 24, 55, 74, not bad. 13, 51, 57. I think the 50s are probably where we're wanting to look. You know, maybe a second round pick with the guy in the outfield. So maybe we do center field. We want international center fielders. So let's do some of that. And then priority number 3, we're going to have another position player, but discovering. So we're going to discover some new prospects, pitchers, and since we are in Boston, we're going to go east. I'm also wearing a Boston hoodie. Don't necessarily think it's Red Sox, but it's got the Red Sox font on it from Goodwill. I think that takes a week, if I'm not mistaken. So we are just going to sim through this week, check out the scouts, and let's call it a day. And scout assignments are back up. We went 3-3 for the week. It's looking pretty good. The thing I want to mention the most even is in the win against Baltimore, Brian Bello came up, 8 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, only 1 earned run against Baltimore's lineup. They also do not have Jackson Holliday on their roster quite yet. So even though we went 3-3, you know, Bello promise is always good. 282 for Duran, doing just fine for me. Yoshida's on fire, but his attributes are going down, so that's not ideal. Freaking Devers hitting right behind him. It's freaking beautiful. Whew. I mean, he might be hitting 196, but he's got an OPS of 327. 697 is not great at all. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Hopefully he produces a little bit more. 260 for Story's just fine. Yeah, he's still producing. He's not hitting hard, but he's getting it. 687 OPS. Holy cow. Yeah, not too hot. Could definitely do a little bit more with his bat. Yeah, bottom lineup's not too hot. 256 for Grissom now. 333 on base percentage. That's pretty nice. View on recently scouted. So we can view prospects. Recently scouted. Okay. So we have 3 starting pitchers here. Is that how that works? Okay. We have Frank Bonita. Yeah, and again, if you guys have any tips on this, feel free to drop them. Chris Kruger. Out of Kentucky. There we go. I am a Kentucky boy. 4th year senior. Wow. Keep an eye on Kruger here. Starting pitcher. Draft rank 60. Can I favorite at all? Oh, okay. No, I don't want to do that. So, I think I'm just going to keep it like this then. I'm going to move... I guess we'll go central now. We'll just do that every once in a while. Keep the pitcher up. Let's take a look at pitching real quick while we're at it. Brian Bellows down to a 3.15 ERA, 9.5 WHIP, 2-1 in 20 innings pitched, and the stamina's gone down. What's up with that? His velocity's going up. 96 miles an hour is pretty good. Giving up 4 home runs. Still a negative WAR. Whatever. Doesn't give as many strikeouts as I would like. I would hope for at least 18 for him at this case, but can't complain too much. Lucas Giolito is just god-awful. I saw a 9. Yeah, Tanner Hook is also not doing too great. Freaking Nick Pivetta, on the other hand. Yeah. Hopefully people might want him. He's doing pretty okay. 1.3 whip. Yeah. 1.85 is just awful. 1.67 is not great either. 1.7 is not too good. Whitlock. There's just not much to get excited about here at the starting rotation. Crawford's been bad. Yeah. Johnny Cueto might come in the freaking rotation. Might mess around and throw freaking Hook. Might have to see what happens there. Some small sample size from our other relievers, but they're looking very, very good when they come in. Everybody but Crawford, but it's not like Crawford's getting a lot of innings. It looks like it's all Cueto. Liam Hendrick's not doing too great. Neither is Chris Martin. But he's only got two innings apiece here. And Kenley Jansen. In 8 games has 7 saves, 1 blown save. He's going to look very good on the trade market here. But with that, we're going to call it a day. We're leading the division at 9-6 after the first 2 full weeks and then some. I think this is a good stopping point. 3-3, and then 4-2 the week before. So again, very tough division. The Orioles look like they're not simulating well, which is going to be odd if that's the case. But I'm going to mess around with some scouting off camera. Try and figure out a little bit more. Make this happen. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, giving it a test run. Whatever tips, tricks, comments, anything is more than helpful here. More than appreciative. I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, that'll be it for this one. Until next time. Later, guys.